Alright, kids, just a quick update for the most part. Our situation is about to change rather radically. For the better, we think. We're going to be moving up to Conifer. This whole operation here. And I'm saying that because I'm not sure what the Wi-Fi situation is in Conifer. So, hopefully, I mean, it's not really, it's not like, Moose Jaw, Idaho. It's near Evergreen. It's civilization still. It's just up in the hills a little. So there should be some kind of Wi-Fi capability up there. So I should be able to keep up with this. But just in case, you'll know why there's some delays. But we're finally gonna, get a paying job and start getting on top of things. And we can operate from more of a position of strength here. Now, as for thing here, a fellow by the name of Eric Larson Kimbrough Jr. posted something on Trekyard's Facebook page that I think really sums up the whole thing and why this is going to be kind of, what's the deal with Canon Part 2. He starts off here. I think I may be able to explain why Canon is a deal breaker for a lot of us in a way that will make sense to those of you who don't understand the complaint and issues we have. I'm going to use the War of 1812 as my example. This is Kimbrough here talking. If a group of reenactors decide to do a demonstration of the Battle of Washington, but instead of muskets and cannons, they use M4s and howitzers. If rather than horses and mules, they use M1s and up-armored fighting vehicles. If rather than redcoats and blue ones, they were all wearing digis, digital camouflage, BDUs. It is no longer a reenactment of the War of 1812. And in a nutshell, that is the issue a lot of us have with regards to Discovery. When Enterprise came out, one of the critical issues most of us had was with regards to the tech used to set the field. To their credit, they did a very good job of keeping it old, while at the same time making it futuristic. Not a perfect job, mind you, but well enough that set design and tech used was able to be overlooked to some degree. Part of the reason Enterprise failed had a lot to do with violations of Canon, introducing us to the Borg, the Ferengi, and yes, having a few too many tech items that were not even conceived of to that point yet. Mostly it was due to Jolene Blaylock's horrible portrayal of Vulcans at that time of the show, but that's another convo for another time. They were not perfect for sure, but areas in which they were not was not so glaring as to be unforgivable, and they generally did try to keep things in their proper historical place. Star Trek Discovery, on the other hand, is not doing that. They decided to make TOS as if it were made today and not in the 60s. The tech being used to show us the ship, the uniforms, hell, the use of the Delta insignia, all these things are not in keeping with the time period. It is one thing to change something minor like display screens, rather than, say, instead of cardboard painting, replace it with an actual screen that displays actual information. It is another entirely when you completely redesign everything to the point that any indication of its canonical roots is obliterated. The fastest way to destroy a prequel is to ignore the existing canon, the look and feel of the environment, to create something which is totally different from that which was already established as law. If nothing else, it leaves the question, what happened within the 10-year time frame that made everyone take a giant leap backwards, in technological development? Keep in mind also that the Enterprise does exist in this timeline, so that the same time we have Discovery, Captain April is in the Enterprise doing the first 5-year mission. Actually, at this point, it's Captain Pike, and they're either just approaching or just leaving Talos 4, so we're right at that time. It's also the first of the cruiser-class ships to employ the familiar look of all ships that would follow. And that is the easiest way I can describe the issue we have. They are doing a reenactment of the War of 1812 with modern equipment. Had they chosen to simply do a post-Nemesis show, nobody would be complaining right now. They would have total design freedom and be applauded for their engine creativity. That, however, was not the route they chose to go. And the errors already made have all been ensured that the show will fail, and with it, Star Trek itself. And for those of you, back to me here, saying I'm wishing it to fail. No, I'm not wishing it. I wish they'd, get their act right and figure it out. But we're just saying it is going to fail. It's going to go down in flames, and this is why. And a simple poll, just ask the audience, the ones you're trying to sell the show to. What do you want? What kind of show would you be excited about? I'm pretty sure a prequel was not on anybody's request list, because there's still a lot of people irritated about Enterprise. There are really a lot of people irritated about JJ, Check. And the overwhelming favorite was a post-Nemesis, post-Voyager series. Let's go forward. Let's wrap up the 24th century, go into the 25th, and be moving forward here. There's still a lot of galaxy out there that hasn't been explored. We got general ideas of what's in the Delta and Gamma quadrants. What else is there, you know? We also got to wrap up the Dominion War. Aftermath of that, there's a lot of story potential there. But no. We're going to go into an established timeline, and we're going to muck about things now. And it's just like, why? Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that there. PayPal, Patreon, Cafe Press, GoFundMe down below, and the Teespring thing is still going with the Thanks a Lot Alec t-shirt. They'll still be going after the 8th, but the main promotion is through the 8th. And we'll talk at you later.